Howdy, howdy everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to the channel. So today you may have noticed that you can actually see. We've noticed that things have gotten a little dark on the channel lately, and we wanted to clear the air a little bit by adding light particles. Yay! Now we can see what we're doing. And of course, this is a Halloween special because we're practicing our Halloween cups and balls. We're going to need 3 balls, just like that. Okay. The first one is going to simply phase through. Man, ghosts are scary. The next one's going to be more of a teleportation. Disappears from one spot and simply reappears in another spot. Whew. It gives me the chills just thinking about it. The last one is interdimensional. It comes through not one but 2 dimensions to reappear. Next, what we do is, if you watch the ghost carefully, it will simply vanish and reappear under the cup. Then what we do is we take all of them and put them under the cup. You have to be careful because these ghosts are tricky. Very tricky. For instance, this one has up and vanished. Oh no. He's actually into the ether and reappeared with his friend. We can do the same thing over here. He'll disappear and reappear over here. Last but not least, even if you think you have a ghost at hand, you lock him away in your secret ghost device, it still will reappear. Because as ghosts will return, and of course not without his friends. And there you go. So there is some spooky ghost-ish we're still working on. Some of it's good, some of it's not good. That's usually how it works. I mean, some of it's in the middle somewhere, right? Hopefully. I want to stay away from like a ghost through a castle wall, because I know that's something that Jason and Doug do, and it works great for them, but I don't want to be the 3rd guy, or the 10th guy, or how many other people have said it. I want to do something different, and obviously Ghost works. Maybe it's a ghost story. The ghosts appearing, repairing. These are mummy cups, so maybe something to do with mummies. Maybe these are the drops of blood that were removed. I don't know. So we're just kind of playing around with it. We have a Halloween party that we're going to be performing at. We've been working with a couple of different people, getting some ideas. Robert Ball Magician is still doing stuff over on his channel that you guys should check out. And if you have smaller channels, go check him out. He does shout-outs. So he'll help people along. He's growing at a steady rate. So he's got good stuff. So just check him out. And there's that. Anywho, so I hope the lighting is better. It certainly appears so. I definitely prefer this over the dark, not dungeon, because we're not in the dungeon anymore. Sad as it may be, life must continue. Now we're in the fruit cupboard. We're like Harry Potter. The cupboard under the stairs. Yeah. But I'm a better magician than Harry Potter, so I guess I got that going for me, right? That's debatable. He can perform legendary feats of higher skill, but his fundamentals are very rudimentary. And I think, obviously, because he didn't grow up in that culture, so even the basic of things elude him for a long period of time. And he has a couple of things that he's particularly good at. A lot of people have pointed out that he's more like a rogue than a wizard. But hey, you do you. when you gotta live in a world with a Dark Lord that's trying to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Being a rogue might be a better idea when the literal Dark Wizard can go toe to toe almost with the most powerful wizard of the age. You probably don't really. Your wizardry skills aren't really going to help you out too much. I'm thinking. Killed a basilisk with a sword. You know, that's just saying. Just saying. The story. I have mixed feelings on the story, but I grew up with it, so my mixed feelings are in the story, not from the outside. It's like I'm there talking about it back and forth. I love it. So that's something that I don't mind doing. We can talk about that kind of stuff. I don't know why I'm still rambling, but here we go. So we've got these cups and balls. Let me know what you think of the new lighting. It's not new. I just got it out of the basement because it's a small space. So I was like, where am I gonna put it? And then I realized I need it. So it doesn't matter. I gotta find space. So this is my collect all over here. So it basically, what I'd like it to be is I'd like it to be my loading dock. So basically, if I'm going to be doing magic, I've got this beautiful new table. That's a joke between my wife and I. But I'd like to have the stuff over here that I'm going to be reaching and utilizing. Did I never put this back in here? Or maybe I did, but maybe somebody was in here playing with my stuff and I didn't know. Kids. Good stuff. Anyway, this has gone way beyond a test. So let's go ahead and wrap it up there. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, there is a final phase to this, but I'm not really sure if I'm happy with it yet. So let's say you're doing something maybe up here like this. You got this hand here. This hand here. Okay. Then yeah. Oh, you see that up there? Yeah, there it is. Oh, eyeball. Just floating in air. Caught it. Like Gara's eyeball or something. I don't know. Ooh. Yeah. Is it this way? Yeah, I think it's this way. Yeah, something like this. Whoa. Yeah, it's gone. It's back up in the air there. But if we take this, a little drop of blood, right? We squeeze it out. Squeeze it out. Haha. The eyeball has appeared underneath and it's bloodshot. See that? Boom. So the finale is loading eyeballs. But here's my problem. Not loading it like that, obviously, but the sound, right? So that's my dilemma. Got to make the lemonade. So for the load, I'd have to be so quick that I'd actually have to hold the ball like this. But then you hear that rattle. Like I just got to get it. Let's see. How would I do this? So this is here, lifting it up, coming here. There's a lot of room for error. Unless I'm talking. So I'm just like, take this over to this hand, and but you kind of hear it. So I'm gonna have to practice with it more. But I definitely think having the eyeball up here, maybe just one would be fine. Just one eyeball, you think? Maybe I do something like this. So this would be. See, that won't work, will it? No, it would work. It would work. Okay, so here's the plot, right? So we're back to this. So we're back to that. And now, you see it reappear. Whoop. Like magic, it has reappeared. And disappeared there. Sometimes that happens. I gotta get better at doing that. Okay. So then over to here, we go into the pocket. We come out, grab here. That wasn't too bad. Into the pocket with the blood spot. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Now, of course, you The blood has returned to the mummy, and the ever-watchful eye. That's not too bad. I like the one eye idea. I think one eye would be perfect. Because that way I'm not doing, at least until I get better at a load, but, I mean, these are tin and that's plastic, so there's a chance that there's going to be a tink, tink, tink. So I think just doing the one, I mean, I could do the two on the outside, but that wasn't too bad, especially with me, you know, it's not too bad. But one eyeball in the middle can be creepy. The three eyeballs would be even more fun. But what if we did? What if we took the risk factor up and we did something like this? Okay, so let's see. When we finish that run, we come out with this into here, load that up, into the pocket, pretend, here, boom, back to here, back to this, and clean. Beautiful. Still end like you normally would by saying the blood has returned to the center. But be weary, the ever-watchful eyes. Two eyes staring out at the audience. See, it just feels lonely in the middle, the blood spot. So unless we don't replace it, so would it be better not to replace anything there, or would it be better to do a third eyeball? So would it be better to do the full run with 3 eyeballs? This is what I want. This is ideally what I would get. But the question is, if I'm not doing everything correctly, and you know, you can hear that. So it's not terrible. I mean, you can almost consider, if I'm slamming that down, you wouldn't really get the, I mean, you could just think that it's the tin. So I would just have to be very forceful, I think. Just slam it down, maybe not too hard, because then it'll bounce in there. But if I'm just like, then one eyeball appears. Of course, the objective here, the normal, like if you had 4 of them, you would do this, come over to here, have another eyeball ready, and go with that. So, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Little guy up there in the corner. I think that's fine. And then when you do the reveal, there'd be an eye here to go on top, and an eye here. So basically, back to the start here. I didn't go for this in the performance because I'm not comfortable with the sound, and I think that's just something I'm going to have to get over, I think. Because if I just come into it and I just go, hey, boom, into the pocket. Oop, oop. Don't do that during the performance, you know what I'm saying? And then have the last one ready and just go, hey. Anybody see the ever watchful eyeball? What about the other 2? Of course, it'd be weird having 3 eyes, so that's why we have a 4th one right here. 4 eyes. I mean, the one eyeball is fine because that's like the third eye, ever watchful eye, the magical eye, things like that. Having three eyeballs is kind of like having the third eye. But then adding the fourth one in kind of just ties you back into the same idea. But that's only if you have a set of four. You don't really need it, and I don't think it's necessary, and it's just going to roll around. So I think just doing the three eyes is fine. If anything, what I would do is I would have something else appear underneath the lasso. But what, you might ask, if you were here? Maybe like something Halloween candy-wise? So, because I'm going to be doing the cups and balls routine at maybe towards the end, if not the end. And then I also have the sponge ball routine. Now, the thing that I want to avoid with the sponge ball routine is I don't want to use the same sponges, because I feel like, not that it would be terrible, but they already expect those. So if I produce something else, like my thoughts were, I do the orange sponges and then I have real oranges appear under the cup at the end. But I don't, that would be like my normal performance routine. For the Halloween one, I'm doing something more like this with the cups. These are all $1.25, but I picked these up at the dollar and a quarter tree, basically. And so then I just do stuff with that. And then for themed cups and balls, I just go buy like party cups and just buy like eggs and just stuff like that. So they work. If I were to use, like I'm using the red balls, which go to this set, these are purple cups, which would probably work for Halloween. Because I would do the same deal that I do with my normal cups. And then I just have these cups. But the eyeballs are the final thing. So typically with these, the final thing would be the sponge balls. But I do want to upgrade to the oranges, because I feel like at the end, if I load oranges into these, and I'd be like, hey, remember the oranges from the beginning? Yeah, well, this isn't it. And then, boom, real oranges. I think that'd be fantastic. And I think that's really what I want to do. For that particular, and I've had that idea in my head since I got those sponge oranges years ago. So the fruit salad, orange juice, whatever, the ending with the oranges is kind of the way I want to go. And what's nice about doing that, I go back and forth, because I could do a carte de fruit with the oranges at the end and have something appear, which would be great. And that's standard, that's standard street magic stuff, because you want to keep it rolling and then you want to have a good finale. So the great finale is like, oh, boom, he does the oranges at the end. Wow. And then he cuts open one of the oranges, and something that disappeared earlier is inside the orange. So it's like, when did he do it? And that was the thing that got me. So I actually, even knowing how carte de fruit works, when I watched I watched Cosmo here, this guy up here with the white hair at the top, I knew 95% of the stuff he did because I watched Doug Kahn, and that's the kind of magic that I study. So I knew what he was doing, and it was fantastic. And that's what's so great about it, is that even if you do know what's going on, and you're still enjoying the element of what's going on, beautiful. And that's what I loved about it. Now, the thing that I didn't get, because David and I hashed it over, and I was like, yeah, I seen it. I seen what he did. Great time. I knew what most Garrett Thomas, different story. Even though I knew some of the stuff he was doing, I was like, I don't even know what most of this is going on here. But Cosmo was just entertaining, and that's really what I loved about it, because the stuff that you do is stuff that you do every day, and it's all about the patter. It's all about keeping the rhythm and building the crowd, and he did a fantastic job of that. So, that being considered, the carte de fruit, or in this case it was something else, but that particular trick that he did fooled me. And it wasn't necessarily because I didn't know what he was doing. It was I didn't know when he did it. And that's when it really, that's where the magic really happens. So it's, and what I mean by that is there, I'm not going to go into detail here. Maybe in the membership section I will build one so I can have it for performance. But it's, it's timing. Just like with most things. But in this case, the timing got me because I didn't catch it, but David did. So, and I talk about David. He's my brother. He, typically we work on projects together, like good siblings do, I guess. I do magic. He collects cards. We also do blacksmithing together. He's also gotten into some whittling, which I have a whittling book up here, but I haven't really started the whittling. So typically what we would do is we would do like blacksmithing in the summer, and then we would switch to something else in the winter that can, being inside. I've pretty much dedicated most of my time to this YouTube channel. So that's really where I've spent most of my time, and really trying to get okay with magic. Not great, not even good, just being okay with it. Because some people can just do it. And I can talk in front of a camera all day. And I think that performance is something that, I'm trying to get into doing performing, and that means I have to find opportunities to perform. But previously in the past, certain jobs that I've had put me in front of people. So like when I was in college, I would seek out presentations and being in front of people and presenting and PowerPointing and all sorts of stuff like that to get good at it. And so I really enjoyed doing it. And I would say that considering the fact in high school I froze up and couldn't even give a speech, and then going into college and basically just being totally confident in myself really changed the game. So I really enjoyed doing speeches in college because I loved it. I mean, maybe it's being a Leo and self-centered, things like that. But no, I really enjoyed that interaction. And it was because I was doing it on a regular basis. Even for the job that I had, I was a tutor. So I was presenting to groups of people sometimes and helping them. And so I really enjoyed that. And so in terms of magic, I guess those who can't do teach in the sense. But we're on the platform here and we want to share magic. Some of the best magic that I enjoy is magic where you tell them that you're going to do something and then you flip the script and you do something completely different. So even if they catch you the first time, you told them what you were doing, so you expect them to catch you. But then when you do it again or do something, then you're doing something completely different, and they're like, "Well, I have no idea what you just did." Well, that's why I'm here and you're there. That's. I can do some of that stuff, but not a whole bunch of it. But I just enjoy conversating. So, and obviously that's, we've been sitting here this whole time. So, thank you, everybody. New lighting, old lighting, new old lighting. Nice Halloween cups and balls. Let me know if you made it this far in the video, which some of you have been watching my stuff, and I appreciate that. And so thank you. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the mummies with the tin cups, or do you think I should try to do this routine with the purple plastic ones and just take everything out and just scrap the cups? Let me know. And that'll be it. So thank you, everybody. And remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And we'll see you in the next one.